dire warning from the past. William G. Brink, he's always on the verge of some calamity. Huh? That kid from Coronet, as you've frequently seen him before. What's another word for small crown? It's like they made him pull double duty as screenwriter on this one.
Boy, what a start.
A sequel to the Bible.
Here, Bob, this ought to be good for a banner headline.
Let's see.
Event enjoyed by all.
Football fund to be used for projector. Sports fans of Central High School will be shocked to hear... Francis, you'd better sit in on this.
What is it?
They're using money from the football fund to buy a movie projector.
They're going to show movies on my butt.
This is a honey of story, but we've got to be careful. Jim, are you sure you have all the facts on this story?
You bet I'm sure.
A magic gnome told
It
me.
isn't fair to take the money we save for football uniforms to buy a projector.
Remember, it's only a rumor that the football money is going to...
He's Casey
You check up on
Afflecking.
that?
Oh, it's the football fund, all right. Their student funds have any money in them.
Does that sound right to you, Francis?
Oh, suddenly you care what I think?
So. Anyway, I know the football fund has a lot more in it than any other school fund.
Well, I guess we have a story, all right. How did you get the facts, Jim?
How did I get the facts? Well, I went straight to the people who know.
TMZ.
I ought to know whether we need new uniforms. Look what I have to wear. Look at the junk. And they talk about a projector. With our money.
Well, I'm convinced.
How much does it cost to run a projector? Well, I'll tell you the facts.
Tequila's
It costs
delicious.
me around $700 a month to operate each one of them.
More if it's a Hobbit movie.
So it's going to take a lot more money to run the projector.
Wait a minute, Jim. Are you sure it costs that much?
Well, that's what Mr. Lawrence said. He ought to have the facts.
He's a thrice divorced projectionist in a porno theater.
Go on.
Oh, next I got some opinions on the matter. They liven up the story even more.
So facts are out then. She's making fresh
A new
mozzarella.
projector. My, you children have so many things. Dances, parties, games.
Dank vapes.
If you ask my opinion, the school doesn't need anything more for entertainment.
Hot take, church lady.
What do I think?
I don't.
I don't know. Anyway, we've gotten along without a projector so far. If we didn't need one before, why do we need one now?
Never read the comments.
Well, if they were going to use the track team's money, I'd sure raise a fuss.
Ron Howard.
Besides, how can they afford a new projector? They say they can't afford a new gymnasium, and we need that.
I blame it on the globalist elites.
And that's how it is. It's a hot story.
Max Headroom.
I don't know about those quotes of opinion, Jim. How does Mrs. Richardson know the projector is for entertainment? Is it?
Mary says we don't need a projector. Folks used to say we didn't need a home economics kitchen.
Yes.
About
Jack's
that.
remarks about not being able to afford a projector. Would it cost as much as a gymnasium?
This is a witch hunt.
Well, I was only getting representative opinions.
But this isn't the place for opinions. We need to check our facts.
Somebody invent
So many things
Snopes.
in the story that don't seem right.
Did the president really call you?
Say, why don't you see Mr. Wells?
Good idea. If anybody knows the facts, the principal ought to.
Well, all right. I guess I'd better check the story with him.
Orson Welles, vice principal. You print this and I'll ruin you, Jim.
I'm glad you came to see me about this, Jim. And I agree that you have an important story.
Well, that's what we think, Mr. Wells.
And I'm also glad that you're interested in being sure of the facts.
Oh, crap, here it comes.
But there's one very important fact you've missed.
I'm the Dalai Lama.
What's that?
Here, this memorandum will interest you.
Looks like somebody got the memo.
From Mrs. Keith, PTA. Proposal to buy classroom projector.
I forgot what we're talking about.
So that's where this got started.
Yes, but not in the way you think. Look down here, Jim.
Source of funds, PTA due.
Oh, you'll never see that money.
Do you mean that they're going to buy another projector? Then we'll have two projectors and still no football uniforms.
No, Jim.
You
We'll
imbecile.
have one projector and a new set of uniforms. Later, we hope to buy more projectors. But there's really no connection at all between the projectors and the football uniforms.
But, Mr. Wells, I heard the football fund was going to be spent for the projector.
Saw it on Reddit.
Well, I suppose that story started, Jim, when people learned that we were investigating the cost of projectors. Somebody put two and two together and got the wrong answer.
Photosynthesis.
You know how rumors like that become more positive as they pass along. And they don't stop until somebody investigates and judges the facts. Now that the PTA plan is officially approved, we can announce
As soon as we establish a slush fund.
Well, thanks, Mr. Wells.
But we're running the story
Thanks
anyway.
a lot.
You're going down.
I guess I better examine all the rest of my story.
I'm going to run it by my youth pastor.
Yes, Jim can profit by closely re-examining his story.
Define profit,
And all of us can profit by helping him judge his facts.
I guess.
Now let's see.
Oh, you mean now?
Although the football team is desperately in need of new uniforms, that may be true, but does it have anything to do with projectors?
Well, there's movies about football. Irrelevant.
That's right, Jim. Irrelevant facts are of little use to us.
What about the barn swallow that averages 5 to 7
We can
inches in
collect
length?
all kinds of facts, but they have no meaning for us until we are sure they fit our particular problem.
And our liberal agenda.
Let's watch out for irrelevant facts. Now, as to the cost of running a projector. In a theater where the owner has to hire professional projectionists and all, it may cost $700 a month to operate a projector.
More if it's a Hobbit
But
movie.
does that apply to a classroom projector?
And those fancy
Since
IMAX
teachers and
schools,
students
yeah.
can run them. The operating cost of a classroom projector should be negligible. That's what we call a false analogy.
Like when Gandhi killed Hitler.
Two things which appear similar on the surface may be vitally different in many details. Watch for false analogies.
Hell, I'd settle for a complete sentence here in 2018.
Well, let's go on to re-examine those opinions.
Opinions are like buttholes, Jim.
What was it Mrs. Richardson said?
A new projector. My, you children have so many things. Dances, parties, games.
Marxism.
If you want my opinion, the school doesn't need anything more for entertainment.
Uh-oh. There's an assumption. Would you go over that last again, Mrs. Richardson?
I said the school doesn't need anything more for entertainment.
Entertainment?
Don't mind if I
Mrs.
do.
Richardson, modern schools use projectors and classroom films for instruction.
Get bent,
Well,
young
we hear
man.
assumptions like this all the time. Of course, our assumptions may be correct, but we must always examine them carefully to be sure.
Or just check with George Takei.
Well, what about Mary's opinion?
Brother, we don't have the time.
What do I think? Well, I don't know.
Hey, there's a fact.
Anyway, we've gotten along without a projector so far. If we didn't need one before, why do we need one now?
Hashtag
Sounds like a platitude. Let's have that last sentence again, Mary.
If we didn't need one before...
What was good enough for Grandma is good enough for you, eh? Horse and buggy,
Corsets and shit.
kerosene lamps.
High-button shoes.
That's right.
What?
Let's watch out for platitudes. They don't always have meaning.
Oh, but it's all I
A
got.
new broom sweeps clean. Sometimes.
You lost me.
A woman's place is in the home.
Well, that's just
Well,
God's
perhaps
law.
it's best to forget our platitudes and do some real thinking.
First time for everything.
Some thinking about Jack's remarks, for example. Let's watch for the flaw in Jack's reasoning.
Buckle up.
How can they afford a new projector? They say they can't afford a new gymnasium, and we need that.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Double meanings, Jack.
What's the
Will
first
you repeat
meaning?
that?
How can they afford a new projector? They say they can't afford a new gymnasium.
That's enough, Jack.
Shut up forever.
You're using the word afford to mean two different things in the same thought.
I don't think so.
You see, you might be able to afford a new bicycle. But would that mean you could afford a new house?
What kind of bike is it?
Let's all think carefully about what our words mean.
Fake
For
news.
confused meanings can give us faulty facts.
And fractured
Yes,
figures?
to get at the facts, we must examine assumptions, analogies, platitudes, and meanings.
And don't forget ad hominem attacks. Crummy paywall. Jim, you're the enemy of the people.
We must judge the facts, for the facts are worth knowing.
Uh-oh. The Russians hacked into the movie. Hello? Movie? Oh no. Sorry guys, I forgot to make it so everybody can enjoy it. Sorry, that one guy. Thanks for watching. And hey, if you want all the fun with shorts, please check out my Patreon where you can get early access to every video, free goodies, and starting now, a bonus Patreon exclusive episode every month. All that for a pledge of as little as $1 per video. Thank you, patrons. I'm crazy about you. I love you. Bye.